Hi, welcome to today's class. Last class we saw how to create a simple drop down on the navigation bar using HTML and CSS. So today we'll be looking at how to create a simple um, hamburger menu, okay, on a mobile device, so that when you view your site on a mobile device, you will be able to preview your site in an accurate manner. All right. So please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right, so let's begin. Okay. Um, First thing first, we'll begin with a div as usual. All right. So we'll begin with a div. A div. All right. So in this div, we should have a simple anchor element. Let's call this anchor element home. Okay. So in this home, we should have our name of our site. Let's call it Jumia website or Conga or any name of our site. Okay. Let's for a good name like Cosmetics, J Cosmetics, J Cosmetics. That should be the name of the company. All right. So let's give this as usual. Let's give this a class. Let's give it a class. Let's call it. Remember, when giving your when labeling your class, use names that are similar to that function that the class is executing. All right, so we have this. Then let's come down to this here. Let's have a div. All right, so let's inside this div, let's have anchor elements. All right, so let's call this news. Let's call this contacts. Okay, contacts. Then let's call this, let's do the last one, about us. All right, so we have about. Okay, so since we have this, let's just give this a class. Let's call it links or my navs. Let's call it my navs. My navs. So that makes some sense. All right, then lastly, let's come down here. Let's give this, let's give this, let's give this an anchor element, that will hold the hamburger menu. Okay, because it's going to hold the hamburger menu, so we'll say javascript column void. Now whenever you see this javascript column void, what it means is that it should return an undefined void as a primitive value. Okay, so you might come across this when you're working, right? So it is used to return undefined void as what? A primitive value. It is to prevent any side effect caused while inserting expression on a web page. Okay, it is to prevent any side effect caused while inserting expression in a web page. Is that okay? All right. So we have this. Let's have a class. Okay, let's give this a class icon. Now, because this is holding the hamburger menu, we need to um, we need to bring in um, we need to bring in an icons, and that is gotten from 5icons. So we'll go to 5icons.com. All right, we'll go to 5icon or Fort Awesome. Sorry, go to fortawesome.com. Fortawesome.com. We'll link it up. Fortawesome.com icons. We'll link it up. So let's go to Fortawesome icons. All right. All right. So this is where you get your icons. All right. So we'll use the CDN. All right. So come down here, look for the CDN, look for the icons that we want. We want an hamburger menu. Let's search for hamburger menu. So hamburger bars. This is it. Okay. So we're going to use these are hamburger bars. So we'll use this link. Okay. So let's just copy that. So we'll go to HTML and paste that there. Okay. So these are font awesome icons. So, but one thing needs to be done. Okay, I think I have something close now. Okay, I'll just use this. Okay, I'll just copy this. I'll copy this. So I'll place it here above my style. Okay, so you do send. Then also copy this other one. Alright, so we have this. Okay, so those are the links for that. Okay, so I have that. Then I can go ahead and continue my code. Okay, let's see what we have. We can just put some text here, some dummy text here. Can I just put some dummy text here as the okay, so just call this P. Let's just put a lorem epsilon text. Let's just use that as a terminal text. So we use our lorem text as a terminal text, right? Okay, we can just put a style here. Let's see what we have on our browser. Padding left of 16px. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have on our browser. Voila. Okay, you see our icon is here. It's working fine. Our menu items is our cosmetics name of the company. This is the dummy text we have here. Okay, so now let's go back to our styling and start styling. All right, so we have this. So go back to our CSS and start styling. So before I go back to our CSS, um, remember that you get your link. Just go to the site for Photoshop. So copy the Photoshop link. All right, so you just come there. I use the Photoshop libraries, cdngs.com. So you can copy this link here and just type into your browser. All right, so you can get these links directly. All right, so then of course you can come back to your for some libraries, search for the item that you want to. So it's called Hamburger menu. So you search. So when you search, you get the item there, and just copy and paste, or just simply just simply come back to my code here, and just type this fafa.bars area hidden true. So and this should give you this icon that we have here. All right, so you can always get other icons there for your design that you're using. All right, so let's go back to our CSS. All right, so we'll begin by styling the body. Let's give the body let's give body font family. Let's call it area sans serif. Okay, so then we'll go over to um, our container. All right, so our container. Let's see. We should have a container. Do we have a container? Oh, let's give a div container, please. Correct that. So let's give this a class container. All right, so I'll just copy this wrapper. Is the wrapper for our div. So this should be here. All right. So let's have this container. All right. So let's have this as our container. So come down here to our container. All right. So just come down here and say dot container. Okay. So dot container. We have a max width. We have a max width of 480px. Let's give it a 480px. We have a margin of auto. Let's give it auto and see. So we have a background color. Let's give it let's say 555. So we have a height, let's say of 500px. Okay, we have color. Let's call this color white. So let's give it a border radius of let's call this border radius 8px. Okay, 8px. All right. So we can now come down here to our top nav. Let's style our top nav. Okay, color our top nav. Let's give it a color of white. Okay, so we are giving it a color of white. Let's give it a padding, okay, of 14px and 16px. So let's give it a text decoration, none. I don't think we should do this. Okay, so let's just say, okay, let's go ahead. Text decoration none. Text decoration none. So we'll just add, because we are starting the link, these link items inside the top nav. All right, so that's why we're having that. Okay, there's the correction now. Let's give it a font size of 17px. Okay, then let's give it a display block. Let's give it a display block. All right, so since we have this, okay, so we'll go over. Let's style Let's start the top nav itself. Okay, so let's start the top nav itself. Let's give it an overflow of hidden. Okay, so let's give it a background color of hash 333. Let's give it a position of relative. All right, so we have that. So now let's start the next item there. We have the top nav space, our top nav space. Then we have the my navs, right? So top nav space. Then we have my navs dot my navs. Okay. Okay. So dot we have top nav my navs. So we have display none. Okay. So we have display none. So we have to create a hover effect. Or let's try the icons. Okay. So let's try the icons. So let's try the icons. So we have dot top nav a dot icon. Okay. So we have background color. The background color of black. Okay. So let's give it a display block. Okay, so let's give it a position absolute. Let's move to the right. 0. Let's give it a top 0. Alright. So since we have this, so just come down here and create a hover effect. Okay, so top nav a, create a hover effect on this. Alright, so we have background color. What kind of hover effect should we create? Let us use aquamarine. Okay, so we have color. Let's give it the black color. So we can add a class called active, so to help us understand that this is where this is at the moment. Okay, so let's give it a background color of 04 A6D. All right, so let's give it a color yellow. Okay, so with that we can now test run to see what we have. Okay, let's test run to see what we have. Good. All right, so this is everything is working fine. You can see on a mobile screen, this is kind of size we have used. So now let's see how we can make this drop down. Okay, so this is more like a mobile device, right? So let's see how we can make it drop down. Okay, so we'll go over to our scripts because we need a JavaScript function for it to work. All right, so come down here. Always put your scripts at the end of the body, before the end of the body, closing body tag. So we create a function. Okay, this function we'll call it my function. All right, my function. So let's say var x is assigned, or you can call it var drop down is assigned document dot get element by id. What id do we have there now? Let's check. What was the id we used? Mm, oh, we didn't give it id, right? So we'll call it and we'll call the id. Okay. Okay. So let's call this. Let's give it an id. Okay, that's the id that is dropping down. Id drop. All right. So we have id drop. All right. So come down here. Um, say drop. So id. Okay. So we say if we bring our if statement, drop down dot display is assigned is strict block. Okay, we should um, we should say drop down dot style dot display should be none. Else else drop down dot style dot display is assigned block. All right, so but first and foremost we need to call our function. Okay, we need to call our function. So our function should be inside this icon class. So we have on click my function. Okay, so now let's see what we have. Good, you see, it's dropping down. All right, so we can have an items on our site. All right, so you can see that now. Good. So this is that for that. We needed the script to display block and none. Okay, we need the script to display block and none. All right. So if you have any question, please don't forget to what? Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please leave your question below in the comment section and I will respond to you accordingly. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.